aren't with they aren't numbered, and appendix you can use for a lot of things. If you have code you want to show, you can do it here. Don't do it there. Only if you have some nice that you really affects your whole work. Yes?
You're talking about a specific piece of code, maybe in the discussion.
You can have it in the discussion. If it's very, very short and say this is an algorithm that is actually, if the whole thing is about the algorithm, how you make it faster, then you should have it here. But just minor things. So, and then you can put the rest here. But if it comes 20 pages of code, which I also have been having sometimes, it's like, okay, I can't, okay, I can read it if I take a couple of hours, but I don't have the hours, and neither will you when you are opponents. So it's not really giving you a lot of extra material, but if you absolutely want it, put it in appendix, because an appendix means that this is extra additional information. It doesn't require the reader to read it, but if they want to know more, they just go here and read, and then they will know more.
Should we put like interviews in appendix too?
Yes, the transcription of the interview should absolutely be here. Here you can present some of them that was interesting for you and very important, significant in one way, then you can put it here. But the other one you put here. And with the interviews, I can give a lecture about the interviews too, but there are things that you should think about when you do interviews, and that is absolutely do not ask questions you don't want to have answers for. Because I see very, very many, you say, oh, what gender is it, and what salary do you have, and I don't know, there are a couple of more of those questions. And then it comes back to, oh, what requirements is this on the system? It's like, why do you want to know the gender? Does it differ? Is that what you want to show? Or so don't ask questions you don't want to get answers to. And also, it actually gives you more work. So you will get more work just to ask what gender is, because then you need to show it in a very nice way. Oh, it was 60% that was males and 40% of females. And some others. I don't know. So don't do it. So think about that. Anyway, so yes, good questions. More questions about... Yeah.
We look out for the template for the thesis, and then in the appendix part, they have A and B section.
Yes.
Like which one should we categorize?
So when you have A and B is when you have several different work you want to put there, but they are separated. Then you can have an A and B. So you can have different ways.
So we can also, like, it depends on like, what kind of stuff we do. Can you have C and B?
Yes. Yes, absolutely. But why you use A and B is that's normally used. You can also use 1, 2, 3, 4. But if you use one or numbers here, you can get a little bit confused with the numbers there, and therefore you use A, B, C, D, and so on. Mm-hmm. Yep. And think about when you write, don't write 120 pages, please.
I think it's hard to write like 40 pages.
Do you know, I have heard that so many times. Yes?
No, I have the same question.
How do you write 40 pages?
Yeah.
It's easy. It is. Okay. First of all the chapters needs to start on top of, when you start a page, you start with a chapter, always. So that just the number of these requires 10 pages. See? So start there. So these are absolutely 10 pages. And then you have table of contents. You may want to have an abbreviation list. So you want to explain things. The reference will probably be a couple of pages, because it should be a number of them. Don't use Wikipedia. Don't only use web pages. Try to use books, journals, and everything. Yes?
abbreviation is necessary?
No.
Or
No.
No, you can just use the whole one the first time and then you can abbreviate it the next time. Right?
Yes, but you should also repeat it in the thesis 1 or 2 times,
Okay.
because you lose the reader otherwise, because you can't remember. The abbreviation is if there are many of them, and it's hard if they are very similar, then you can do it, but you don't have to. Anyway, so these are 10 pages, okay? Then you have a background, well, introduction first. You have some things you have to put there, so they will be about 5 pages. It's really hard to be under 5 pages, okay? So that's 15 pages, okay? Then you have the theoretical background with related work. So the background is where you explain the area, you explain definitions, you have related work that you have a couple of them you need to explain and you need to argue about. Easily 5 pages, easily, okay? Then it's 10 pages, okay? Then you may have done an interview or putting out some questionnaires. You need to explain that, at least 3 pages just to explain that. And then you may have to even have the results somewhere. So it becomes bigger just because of that. But you're also going to talk about which model did you use to develop your product? Agile, waterfall, burn spiral, which one did you use? And you need to explain those first and then choose yours. Easily 7 pages. Okay.
Explain. Do you need to explain why you choose it, or
Yes.
and what the method is about, or how it works?
You first explain which methods there are, then you choose one of them. Of course, everything you should explain in it also, what it contains, and then choose it and also explain why you choose it. So yes, all these things should be in it.
Also why you didn't choose them, or like I considering to choose this one, but
Yes, exactly. Uh-huh. So how many are we up to now? We're 27 pages, aren't we? Uh-huh. And then you have three chapters just to explain your own product. The initial study, the design, the implementation, how you delivered it, how you sort of got it into the company. And those probably will be 5 pages each, something. If you have snapshots of your interface, it takes a lot of pages. So 40 pages is easy, really. And I know people who have said that, and I often hear this comment that 40 pages, you're out of your mind. I can't get 40 pages. But actually, when you look at it and when I explain what you're going to write, it's really hard to stick with the 40 pages. It's the opposite. You are almost up to 60. And this is depending on how you present it. So if you want to, first of all, you need to repeat some things because you don't remember what it is about. In the background, you need to repeat what you used sometimes. And that requires also space. Okay? More questions about that? No? Okay. You will probably come back to this. So this is just what I explained. So about what it is. And summary is 1 page. So yes, it will be absolutely, it will swallow when you work with it. And one of the things that is also tricky is the conclusions. The conclusions should reflect the whole thesis. What you have done, what the results are, and discussion. You talked about that. You asked about the discussion when you want to discuss what was good. Did you use the right method? In plural. Should you have done something else? What worked well? What did work less good? Well, and so on. And future work also. what is future work for the whole thesis, not only your own thesis, the whole thesis. Okay, so you actually look kind of tired, and I know it's a lot of information, so I think I stop there because I also got a bit late starting. If I get this, I don't think we didn't record anything this time, but if I get this to work, I will absolutely record this and get it up. Otherwise, you will only get the lecture slides. And the next time, next Tuesday, we are going to talk about the introduction and each and every part in the introduction and what it should contain. So you get a little bit help about what you're going to do. The first thing I'm going to say, don't use a heading or title and subtitles without text. It should always be text in between. And if you can't have text in between, your title is wrong. Something to think about. Okay? Okay. So thank you for coming. Sorry for being late starting, but the wonder of the technique. And Anders couldn't be here, which was